trouble brewing. Ask Alma. Evil doing. Ask Alma. Time for viewing. Ask Alma. Are you down, feeling low? Are trials weighing heavy on your mind? I know a place we can go. Sit back and unwind. Grab a seat, put up your feet, and we'll ask Alma. Ask her anything. She has a certain flair for being tough, but always fair. So if you need someone who cares, ask Alma. Problems big or small, she has the answers to them all. So drop your questions, have them solved by Alma. You can ask her anything. Trouble brewing. Ask Alma. Evil do it. Ask Alma. Time for viewing. Ask Alma.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Ask Alma Live. My name is Lee Ivory, and I am subbing in tonight for our beautiful host, Alma, who is still at work dealing with the Trump stuff tonight. So she's not going to be able to make it, but hopefully we'll give you guys a great show, and we'll have some laughs and solve the problems of the world. We got a really, really strong panel tonight, and I'm very happy to see these people. I haven't seen them in a while, so it's going to be fun. So sit back, relax, get your favorite beverage, get your computer ready so you can weigh in with questions, comments, and one-line zingers. You know, we're looking forward to it. So let's bring the panel on in here tonight. Hey, D.
Hey, Lee Ivory, how you doing?
All right, how are you? Charlene.
Hey, Charlene.
Hello. Hi,
everyone.
Alvin.
Hello. I'm good. That Ask Alma introduction, it just gets
nice.
Oh, I'm like, Ask Alma.
I know it's kicking, right?
I just love it.
Cousin Tracy came through.
Big band style, you know?
Right.
And I'm just amazed. She did the whole thing, which is amazing to me. It's like she did the background, she did the lyrics, she did it all. Cousin Tracy.
That's right. Hey, Lillian.
Hi, Lillian.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, so what have you guys been up to?
Working.
Just doing your thing.
Like
Alvin,
doing what we
real
do.
quick, a quick plug for your show, Alvin. Tell us
Yeah.
about it real quick.
Oh, he said live is just doing it. We're excited. We took a little time off. We're back. April is just hotter than ever. May is looking really good. So tune in Friday night, 7:00 p.m. National Black Press. He said live. Thank you, Lee.
Very good, very good. Hey, Tracy.
There's Tracy.
Right,
Tracy is the cousin that produced the introduction. To
Oh, wow.
Oh, fantastic job.
That's right. We've just lauding your musical introduction there. It is absolutely awesome.
I love it.
I'm calling you, Tracy. I'm calling you. Okay.
So you need one too, right?
Calling you.
That's great. That's great. So what's in the news? Did anybody watch the Final Four, women's Final Four, men's Final Four? What about the women's game? LSU, Iowa. Lots of controversy over that, man. Twitter was bumping. It was absolutely bumping. Angel Reese doing the same thing that Kate.
I missed both games, but the buzz is that the women's game was so much more exciting.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was great.
They really are putting women's basketball on the map. I think they said that the transfers scored 90 of the 102 points that they scored.
Yeah,
so
it was
one
great.
of the young ladies is from Baltimore, University of Maryland. Woo woo!
Angel Reese.
Happy to give her up to LSU, so she's gonna get her ring.
Yeah,
so I'm happy for her.
I know. It was the game was good. I actually I saw the last half of the game, but it was after the game, like today. I mean, all the press about going to the White House and Jill Biden inviting both teams to the White House has really upset Black Twitter. They're like, wait, skirt.
On
Right.
fire. On fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a bad move on the first lady's part to me.
I
Yeah.
don't think she
I
just
agree.
doesn't know. Like she doesn't know the protocol. She's just
Yeah.
trying to be a happy family. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think she was really trying to. Right. She wasn't trying to cause any problems. I think she just thought, oh, they both did so well.
Yeah.
Let's invite them both. Like I don't
beg
think
to
she knows.
differ.
I'm with Charlene.
what?
I'm with Charlene. I'm with Charlene on that. Yeah.
I don't think that was a slip
Yeah.
at all
Yeah.
because I mean, really, I mean, even when the Super Bowl happens, you don't bring the team that lost.
loser.
You just
Who does that?
Who does
Right.
that?
Who does you bring the winning team and the losing team? No. Who?
Why would
When
you
has that
want
ever
them
been
to steal your
done?
thunder, right? Why would you want them to steal your thunder? And
Yeah,
those
I
girls from LSU, I'm sorry, big props. You know,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
played with a lot of heart. They played tough.
I'm with Lillian. Unfair to invite the losing team.
Yeah.
Like I said, she probably meant well, but she just doesn't understand the protocol of the whole thing. But you know, today even
I mean, there are a couple of first ladies I would think were being shady. I don't think she was intentionally being shady. That's just my take on her.
Yeah.
And what little I know about her, I don't think that she did that to be.
Yeah. What's up, Sean?
You got enough people
Hi,
working
Sean.
for her to have said, Madam Lady President, Vice President,
Right.
Vice, whoever you are. That might not be a good idea.
Right.
You know, and so she got people.
Do you think
she
she
got
really
people working for
consulted
her.
somebody before she said? I'm sure somebody
think she just-
afterwards said, "We can't do that."
Well,
Yeah, she just
listen,
probably
she's
popped off.
been around Michelle Obama to know better.
Yeah. But you know what? To Caitlin Clark's credit, she did come out today and say,
She came out and
"No,
said,
you know, we
runner-ups
shouldn't
don't
do
go
that."
to the White House, which I
Yeah.
really appreciate that
Yeah,
she
we-
did that.
we
She
don't
seems
do
to be
that.
the only person that's being a big person about all of it, because
Well,
you haven't
but
heard from the other coaches, you haven't heard from the other adults. It seems like Caitlin is the only one that's like stepping up and saying, "This is not right. Stop."
Yeah. But you know what? Kind of a subset of this is Kim Mulkey. You know, no matter her politics. Okay, we're not going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what did kind of rub me the wrong way after the game? She didn't single out a single
one player.
No.
She talked about the institution. Well, the institution wasn't shooting and rebounding.
No.
You know what I mean? And you know, you don't ever see a coach who wins a championship not mention a player. Even Bill Belichick mentions a player.
Yeah,
you know,
at least one.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at some of these comments, and I'm seeing someone that I know, the Mrs. Kiera Robinson. She was just married. Thank you for joining the show tonight. I'm like, oh my God, I mean, just, phenomenal woman right there. Thank you. Yeah, I think just back to the closing of all that. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. Is one of them are only going or
no? They're not going. Iowa's not going.
Okay. Smart move.
Somebody's gonna pull a shirt tail on that.
Okay.
Well, Lee, you're talking about the coach mentioning the players. It seems like they're consistent with players lose games and coaches win them.
Yeah, right.
Like instead of addressing that, there were 10 young ladies on that court, and the coaches, they sit on the sidelines, but you really got to give the credit to the players.
Yeah. I mean, they played the perfect game, played the perfect defense. I mean, Caitlin got 30,
right?
But it was really kind of an inconsequential 30, because they shut
the young
down
lady off the
everybody
bench
else.
was just
and see, you know what? She didn't get enough credit in my opinion.
Not at all.
Because she outplayed Caitlin that first half.
She outplayed both of them.
Yeah. He was 5 for 5.
Yeah.
He was 5 for 5 from 3-point range that first half.
She had 21 points, I think, first half, right?
Yeah. It was
Why
crazy.
can't I think of her name?
Yeah, I can't think of her name.
Oh yeah. Please, you put me on the spot.
I know we feel bad, right? We can't call her by name, but yeah.
It's tough getting old, ain't it?
Well, it was just a lot of great talent out there.
Yes, it was.
Look at that. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
I'm living my best young life. No, but I hear you, Lee. I hear you.
We all have those senior moments.
I know. Hey, real quick, this last thing. Have y'all been watching the Will Smith thing, the Fresh Prince?
Yes.
No.
I
Yeah.
have
I
not
haven't seen it.
seen
I
that.
haven't seen it
It's
either.
they're to their second season. I figured that they were going to tank it after what happened at the Oscars, but they're to their second season.
Yeah.
And uh,
Oh,
So it's
I
worth
wanna say
watching.
that I heard that they've already greenlit a third season, but
Okay.
it's actually
you
pretty
have.
good. It's a total flip of
Mhm.
kind of the happy-go-lucky Fresh Prince thing.
Right,
There's
right.
some sinister things going on, and
Yeah,
it's
there was an
drama.
interview recently with the young lady that plays Hillary.
Yeah,
And she's talking about how when she went in for the audition, she was trying to be the Hillary that
yeah,
was
they
on
were
the
like,
The
show.
old
And
Hillary.
they were
No.
like, no, we don't want her. We want you. We
yeah,
want
Right.
right.
you to be who you are. And I hear she's really good.
Yeah,
And she
they're
She
all
can sing too. She can
yeah,
sing.
they're all
She has
really
a
good.
beautiful
Yeah,
voice.
talented.
What
Very
station is it on? Because I know of it. I just haven't.
What
Is
Maybe
it
it's one of the apps I don't have, huh?
Is
I
it
think it's
Peacock?
is it Peacock or Hulu? I can't
no,
remember.
I think it's Peacock.
Peacock.
I do have Peacock. I just don't look
Okay.
at it. Okay, I'm gonna check it
Yeah.
out.
Check
Yeah,
it out. Check it out.
I heard it's good, and none of the characters are like the Fresh
Yeah,
Prince that I grew up
No,
on.
they're
yeah,
totally
right,
opposite.
right.
Totally different.
Yeah,
Totally
Yeah,
opposite.
it's on
Okay,
yeah,
Peacock, and the young lady's name is Coco Jones. Is
Yeah.
the
yeah,
actress
I've
that
never heard
plays
of her.
her?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
yeah. She's a
And
big time
Carlton is
singer.
not a nerd, but he suffers from anxiety
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
and
Right.
sitting in as well,
Hey, Richard.
And then
yeah,
the
yeah. Hey,
younger,
Coco
Richard.
Jones, right?
what was that?
And
Yeah,
The younger daughter.
yeah,
She's trying to discover who she is.
yeah,
I
Okay.
heard that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty cool. It's
It's
pretty
good.
cool.
I like it.
Well, since you all are talking about entertainment, I just got to give a little plug to what's her name from Abbott Elementary.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Brunson.
All of a sudden, her last name is Brunson. What is it? Quinta.
Quinta.
I don't know if you all saw her on Saturday Night Live, but she killed it this
oh really?
weekend.
I missed
Oh
that.
my
I
God!
taped it.
There is one, like, what do you call it, scene that they did.
Uh-huh.
Please Google it. Her in the car on the highway.
Okay,
Please Google it.
Okay,
It is
I didn't see that one.
her-
I saw a couple of them, but I didn't see that one. So
okay.
She killed it. She's a natural born comedian. I mean, but
Oh,
she's a star.
she's great.
Yeah,
She's
She
great.
is.
really
she's a
is.
star. She's a
Very.
star.
I like her a lot. I like that show.
Very funny.
Last entertainment thing. If you love music, check out this new cat. His name is Bernard. No. His name is Duran Bernard. Bernarr. This young cat is a bad boy. Check him out.
Duran, you
What
said?
type of
Like
music?
like Duran, the singing
Yeah,
group
like
Duran.
Duran with a D.
Okay.
With a D though.
With a D.
Duran Bernard. Check
What's
him
the
out.
vibe? What's his vibe?
Yeah.
Neo soul, but
Okay.
I mean, he's got range. He's creative. I mean, he's awesome. He's
Duran.
And how did you hear of him? How did you hear of him?
I'm a music freak, man, and so I'm
Okay.
always checking out different music sites and reading about what's up now. Because I'm still searching for like real R&B in the United States. The
Right.
only place you can really find real R&B right now is Great Britain.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Brothers and sisters
No.
over there, they still doing
Right.
hardcore, like Gap Band
Hardcore.
type R&B. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I just
we got
I just pulled him up. I'm gonna put him on my, and it's Bernard without a D. It's Bernard.
Bernard. Yeah,
Bernard.
The D is on his first name.
yeah.
The D is on his first name. Yes.
Yeah, he's something else. He's something
Okay.
else. Check
All
him
right.
out. Yeah, Candace says she's seen him on Instagram.
Instagram.
He's kicking. So anyway, let's get to the show here. Let's do our disclaimer. I think the lovely Lori Grant is doing our disclaimer tonight.
Great.
All materials and information presented on this episode of Ask Alma are for general information and entertainment purposes only. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are those of the host and guests and do not represent the views or opinions of the National Newspaper Publishers Association.
Very good. Very good.
I felt like I was at the movie theater
know.
looking
I
around
know,
and saying,
right?
y'all better not say nothing. Y'all better be quiet. Cut your phone off.
Hey,
Her-
I was
her
waiting for
MC Light.
her to say in a world.
Love it.
Right.
All right, let's jump into it, y'all. Let's do our first letter.
Okay.
Dear Alma, I'm a mature wife and mother in her 40s. I'm writing to ask your opinion about my friend. She too is my age, and very, very focused on her health, working out and maintaining a non eating, hours of exercising super body. Yes, she looks like a much younger supermodel, and I'm proud of all that she's doing. She's also married with 2 kids under 10 years old. Her Instagram and Facebook pages are full of pictures of her, mostly scantily clad, full body shots. She has thousands of followers, primarily men. Here's the thing, she never posts anything about her husband or her kids. When I ask her about it, she says she doesn't want her family on social media. I post about my family and kids all the time. I think she's being narcissistic. I also think she just wants attention from men. I'm planning to have a heart to heart talk with her about how she's ignoring her family and instead should be proud of them and post them on her pages as well. How can I tell her? And who would be a great role model to suggest in explaining how she should share her family on social media and not just post pics of herself?
Y'all not gonna like me after this commentary.
I think we might be on the same page,
y'all not gonna like me.
This is something else now. Quick recap. Her friend, they're mature women in their 40s. Friend, married, got childrens, and she's posting pictures of herself, provocative, fairly provocative pictures. We don't know how provocative online, and she thinks that she ought to be posting more about her husband and her family and her kids, and she plans on talking to her about it now. So, first question I'm going to ask y'all is that her business?
No.
No.
It is not. It is not her concern.
First thing, that's not her business.
Yeah.
That's a losing battle, Candace.
I think she's jealous. I think she's probably a little jealous.
I think that's in there, and I don't know why people tend to think that narcissism is a bad thing all the time. I don't think everybody wants to think
it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but people want to throw the word narcissistic and narcissism
we don't know that to be true,
in there. Right? And so I don't think that's always a bad thing.
Yeah.
My gut says to me, I appreciate that she wants to do that. My concern is always when you have children, small children, and you post pictures of yourself scantily clad, like your children are going to become young adults and teenagers, and that stuff is going to be around. So I would be hesitant to post provocative pictures if I had kids for that very reason. But I don't think that she needs to post any. Social media is not real life. So there's no reason to post your husband and your kids and your dog and your vacations and those kinds of things on social media. No, she doesn't need to do that. And her friend.
So D, what you're saying is I need to take down all them booty pictures I've been posting.
Absolutely. Well, no, your kids are grown now, so you can go ahead. You can go ahead and leave them up.
That's my best side.
No, it's a reason why it's her account. It is her account, and I think her friend would be overstepping let me put it this way. If you are a friend, there's a way that you can approach a situation and have a conversation.
Yes.
If you are friends. But the one word that I don't like saying to my friends, you shouldn't.
Right.
Unless they're getting ready to rob a bank or something while I'm in the car. And I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Or take me home. Right. But other than that, I don't think those words should come up in friendship.
Yeah.
Now she said she had one conversation with her about it, but she's going to continue to press it.
Yeah, and see, I don't think that's her place.
No.
I mean, until she fully reveals why she does what she does, it's still not her place to tell her, no, girl, you shouldn't post yourself up there. We don't know if she's trying to get discovered. We don't know that.
Right. What her purpose is.
What her purpose in life is.
I was stuck on the no eating. Like if she's not taking care of her body,
that ain't gonna last
she
long,
said no.
Right?
She said, no eating, constantly working out. If they're gonna have a conversation, maybe they should have a conversation about her potential health risks.
Right.
For doing it. But if she looks good, I mean, she's 40-something. She got 2 small children.
Yeah.
I'm sure she looks fantastic, and she wants people to see that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay.
Now we
What
got
is-
people weighing in here. Candace says she sounds very judgmental. Kira says her body, her choice. And
Yeah.
are you actually concerned, or do you need to ask her about her workout plan? Oh,
Oh,
throwing some shade, throwing some shade.
Maybe
And,
she needs to join in.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going back.
Stay in your lane.
Charlene said she was jealous, and I think that there's a bit of that going on in this
Yeah.
equation. And
it seems to be.
yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah.
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 Or envious.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Mhm.
Sean says stay in your place, stay in your lane.
There you go.
And
Mhm.
so
Find something else. Go read a book. Don't
Uh-oh.
concern about
Or get off her page. If you have friends or
Right.
people or acquaintances that post things that you can't, either handle or not interested in, you just stop going to her page.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. She's going to bring that up to her friend, and her friend, because it's her page, can hit that big old B word. Block or delete. Okay? B or D. B or D gets you out of my life. Okay.
Right, exactly.
And a you.
Unfollow.
Yeah. So she needs to tread lightly on that one, I think.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. Out of all the things we got to worry about,
Right. I stopped following Lee.
what y'all post on your
booty shots.
social media ain't one of my worries,
And it's so funny that you are bringing this up, because yesterday I did a post where people get so caught up in collecting likes, like
Right.
it's important to them, and so I went online and I just posted to anyone who's on social media doing whatever you're doing. Stop getting caught up in who likes and who likes you, and if they don't like you, just keep on moving, and don't. If you're doing what you're doing and you're passionate about it, keep doing what you're doing, because you never know where that might lead you, as long as it's not illegal.
Yeah, and there's been lots of conversations with children.
Alan.
Yeah.
Lots of conversations with children with the likes and things, and causing all kinds of mental illnesses because they're posting things because they want people to like them. But it's not just kids.
Right.
No.
Right.
If you post 12 pictures of the same pose.
Yeah.
You want to make a puzzle of your life? No.
You can go to Personalization Mall and make one.
Get a mug, right?
Yeah, and on a mug, right?
On a
Okay.
mug.
Yeah. So what's your final conclusion on this, Lee? Because you're the Ask Alma-ish person. So how do you think what advice would we give this person?
I think that we do have consensus is that this woman is probably overstepping her bounds. She's already had one conversation with her friend.
Yes.
And her friend told her, it sounds like fairly politely, I'm gonna do what I want to do, so you stay in your lane. And so now that's not enough for her. She's gonna press it. So I think Lillian summed it up very succinctly. Mind your own business.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if her husband's not worried about it, nobody else should be.
Yeah, right. That's who ought to be like.
Well, her husband might not even know.
He may not.
Well, not.
And it's not.
She has thousands of followers. There's no way her husband does not know she has pictures of herself.
Somebody say something.
People have 2 accounts.
Right. People have 2 accounts. Right. Her husband might not even know.
And those algorithms are like, here's your wife.
Yeah.
every couple of pictures, you may know her.
I wish it was
in bathing suit ads. That's what she's getting.
I would like to believe that, and say that D, you're close to that. But again, there's that small window that her husband might not even know that she's doing that.
If she's doing a secret account where she's posing scantily clad and all of that, then that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother reel, right? We have to right. Okay.
We're gonna rest on the merits of this letter. The secret account.
Right. Her husband knows.
We done gone a little bit too far now.
You need to open that door of the secret account.
Right. We done gone to a whole nother topic. Okay, right.
She probably smoking crack too. You know what I mean? So, all right. Very good. All right, let's go to our second letter.
Dear Alma, my sister was married for 6 years to a man she still describes as the love of her life, but they are now divorced. They didn't have kids, and he has moved on with his life, As a matter of fact, he's getting married again this year. She, on the other hand, has let herself go. It's been over 10 years, and she has no plans to ever date again. I have tried everything, and I just don't know what to do. How can I convince her that life is not over and that at the very young age of 36, she needs to get a life, resurrect her social life, find new friends, and hopefully another relationship?
Now this
Oh.
I
That's
know I
good.
feel bad for her already, but this was a little bit a lot more serious than our first one.
Mm.
Yeah, this
I
is
mean, she's married to
Well, if
her.
we do the math,
Yeah.
it's been 10 years and she's 36. So she got
Yeah.
married at 20,
Yeah.
got divorced at
Mhm.
26, and
Yeah.
now she is 10 years in and she hasn't dated anyone.
I know, and that's very
That's
sad.
mm,
And
My main takeaway from this is I need friends like her friend.
mhm.
Her friend wants her friend to do better. That's what a real friend
that's her
does.
sister.
So
That was her
oh,
sister.
her
oh,
sister's a
Yeah,
okay,
I
friend.
think you said it
The
was her
sister,
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
okay.
sister.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need people like that. I need
Yeah.
yeah.
Because 10 years in, most of us, I shouldn't say most of us, because I think I would still be committed to helping her. But, some people would have been like, girl, I got things to do. Go get a cat.
Yeah, but Lillian hits a very good topic too. She needs to
Yes.
find a good therapist.
Yes.
'Cause clearly, this woman sounds like she's depressed, and just kind of way too deep in her feelings about this guy. And breakups are hard. We all know
Yes.
that.
Sure,
But
sure.
10 years is 10 years, and
Right.
he's moved on, and
Which makes it more difficult for her if she can't move on and she's watching him, just go on with his life. Because I'm
yeah,
sure she's not paying attention to him.
yeah,
If she misses him that much, she's probably watching his social media and talking to her in-laws and all of
mhm.
that and keeping track of that, which just makes it worse
Mm.
to have
But
that
how do you
information.
approach something like that? How do you get to somebody like that, and without just crushing them and hurting their feelings even more? How do you reach people like that and
Well,
say,
I think she
"Go
just
ahead,
needs to
Sean."
find. I just think she needs to find resolve. It's not a closed book in her eyes. I mean, I think she mentioned that this was the love of her life. She married
Mhm.
young at
Yeah.
20. She hasn't known anybody else.
Else.
Right.
And so she's probably a little scared. I mean, if I were dating now, I'd be scared too to date.
I'm telling you.
I mean,
Girl, it ain't no
Mhm.
joke.
Yeah.
there's some crazy folks out
Keep
there.
your
It,
husband.
Oh,
it is.
you have to
It
be
is.
careful who
Yeah.
you involve into your world.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be a couple of things. We don't know really what happened if this guy
Right.
was a lover life. What happened?
Right.
Did
Good
he
point.
just get bored?
Yeah,
And
good point.
she's
Yeah.
like still trying to figure out what happened.
What did
Right.
I do?
What did
What
I
did
do?
I do?
So I'm glad though that she has friends around her to
Mhm.
encourage her.
Mhm.
They are going to have to take baby steps with her.
Right.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I do think she probably needs to get some objective help.
Yeah.
Friends are fine, but
Right.
sometimes you need somebody that's not in your world who can
Yeah.
show you a different side of things.
Yeah.
Professionally to
A
help you.
In
professional,
order for her to move
like
on.
Lillian said, and one thing that I'm not real big on. I could be wrong about this, but I know that some people, tend to lean on the church and go and talk to the pastor and all this kind of stuff. To me, I think you need a real professional therapist
Right.
to help you work through these issues. Pastors and religious people can give you serious spiritual guidance, but she has a
Past
mental
that.
illness right now.
Right.
You know,
Sean says what she needs to realize that you don't drown by falling in water, but you drown by staying there.
preach,
I love
Sean.
that. I
She
love
needs
that.
to
Sean.
move on and let it go.
I love that.
Mhm.
I
I'm
love
stealing
that.
that. That's a new T-shirt, Sean.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a
Um,
new T-shirt.
Well,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, because I'm thinking through this. First of all, I think this is a great story, a great piece. But um, some things take time,
Yeah.
and you have to. A person has to want to do something if they
Yes.
want help, and I don't think that she's reached. She's probably content
Yeah.
being where she is
She may
because
be
the
the only
other
one not
person,
bothered by this. Like
yeah,
everyone else is bothered by the fact that
she
she's not
might
in
not be
another
bothered,
relationship. She
right?
may not.
or she might have a secret life of satisfaction somewhere that don't nobody know about,
Right.
because it's not your business. You know, that's what grown folks can do.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so I understand on one side, like I said, I really like the fact that her sister or friend is there who cares, but she also needs to understand that she might be content.
Yeah.
With it may not be a problem.
Right.
The only thing that really concerns me is that there's a clause in there where she says that she's let herself go. And so that doesn't sound healthy.
But all of that is relative. We are hearing from the sister's perspective. Like, she didn't write the letter and say, "I've let myself go and the love of my life is gone." They're looking at what they see, where they see her existing, and deciding that she should have, a spouse and kids and all this kind of stuff right now. And that may be not at all what she wants.
Right.
And letting yourself go is relative, because I look in the mirror and I'm pretty happy, but I'm sure there's somebody who looks at me that didn't look like that.
Because if you had seen me today before we came on board, on, y'all would have said, Alvin letting himself go. Because I've been home.
I posted this little thing the other day that said the beach is getting the body I'm giving it. Because at this point, it's too much work to try to look like, some of those magazines and things. So let it go.
That's unrealistic anyway.
It's like, but again, if you look at your family members, there's certain things you expect. She used to be a size 2 and she's not anymore, so something's wrong with her. Maybe she is, like
and
you
maybe
said,
she's not dressing sexy for her man anymore either.
Maybe she don't have to get dressed for her man. Maybe he come over.
Or maybe we used to go get our nails done every Saturday, but she's decided she don't want to go every Saturday. She want to go once a month.
Right.
And so that means she's letting herself go. Like Dee said, it's all relative. And so
we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. But it does sound a little, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, but it does sound like she is in a dark place based on this letter.
Based on the letter.
Based on the
letter that she's in a dark place, and she's saying she needs to get a life and resurrect her friendships with people and reconnect on social media.
We don't really have any evidence that any of that is not happening. We just know that she's not in a relationship.
Yeah, based on the American letter, she's saying that she's not doing this stuff.
Right. Well, Lillian says, speaking from experience, you need someone who has no knowledge of you or your issues.
Yeah.
That she should be.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. She needs to talk to somebody outside of her friends.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Because her friends, they might, in a way kind of judge her.
Yes.
And and they not really think that they're doing it, subconsciously, but they are judge her. Huh?
And they got their man, so
right. and they really have details about you that nobody else would have. Girl, get it together.
Yeah. But I would say she needs to keep talking to her friend. I think she needs to keep talking to her friend and keep, depending on how she's doing it. Not, girl, you look a mess. I don't think she should approach it from that perspective. Right. I think she should find a more healing approach. And again, I was drawn to this story because it seemed like somebody cares about somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
She needs to lift her up as much as possible.
Right.
Now let me ask you all this.
Introduce her to a circle of people who can lift her up.
Yeah.
Not too many people though.
Not a huge absolutely not. But a couple of people that.
But let me ask you this: why is therapy, and it's gotten better in our community, but why does it bear such a stigma in our community, you think, over the years?
But I think part of it is minding your business. We're taught not to share what's inside stuff with outside people.
Yeah.
We hold our our house and life affairs very close to the chest. So if you go to therapy, you're now not only telling the neighbor what's going on, you're telling strangers what's going on. And then we traditionally, the therapists didn't look like us. So you're now sharing our cultural and all of our trauma and baggage and things with these outsiders, without trusting that those people have your best interests.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
think that is, you know, and when you said the pastor thing, it made me think of, we will say, oh, go talk to your pastor, go talk to, you know, find Aunt Mary, go talk to your hairdresser, but you would rarely hear people say, go to get professional help.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not, you
And
know,
then
not what we did.
sometimes you may not have access to
Right.
the,
Well, yeah,
you know,
exactly. Well,
to
just
those,
recently did therapists become an option on health insurance? It didn't, you
Yeah.
know,
yeah,
probably in the last
that
10
all
years.
started with
That
COVID.
wasn't, and more so since COVID, we're
Yeah.
seeing mental health being addressed where insurance companies are paying for, or
Yeah.
even the EAP like we had at Gannett. You
Yeah.
know, that was
Right.
probably really progressive compared to most companies
Yeah.
where
At
you
the
could
time.
go and talk to somebody. Now most of them have them,
Yeah.
but you know, really since COVID, it's really shined a light on mental. We all have one relative that we're certain had some kind of mental
Oh,
disorder,
no question about it.
and we either, you know, we sent them to stay at Aunt Mary's on the farm so he couldn't hurt anybody, or you know, they drank or smoked or whatever, and that's how it was resolved.
Yeah. And
Well,
you know,
I
go ahead.
think to your point, I mean, why is it a generational thing where, you know, for the most part, blacks, especially of my generation, you know, I grew up in the 50s. And so talking about a black person going to a therapist meant you were crazy.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Meant you were crazy. So people don't know what they don't know. I
That's
think
right.
over time and where we are right now, or therapy has become a word that's so commonly used, and this was, you know, pre-COVID. I think my first time going to therapy was in my late 20s, and so I know that it took me a while to get there. So I can
Right.
only imagine who are people who are not like me, who
Right.
look at it like it's like I ain't crazy. That's the first thing people say. You say go to
Well, you know,
therapy.
it is probably even more of a unique experience
Absolutely.
for a black man. There was a time, like during
Mhm.
COVID, where 2 TV shows had 2 black male characters seeing therapists, and they were
Mhm.
shopping for black male therapists because they
Mhm.
wanted someone that looked like them and understood their experience. And I
Right.
remember thinking, wow, like, we would have never seen this on TV even
Mhm.
5 years ago,
Yeah.
much less 20 years ago. Like, were there any therapists even on TV, you know,
Right.
back
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
But they're being recognized in places that we hadn't seen it before.
Right.
Yeah. Because I think, you know, to that point, on This Is Us, Randall.
Yes, Randall.
Yep. Yep.
Randall on This Is
He was
Us,
wonderful. That was a wonderful
and
storyline.
the husband on A Million Little Things.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
I wasn't too involved with
They
that.
were both seeing the therapist around the same time, and one of the episodes was specifically about Randall going to a woman and him deciding, this isn't going to work. I need to find a black man that can help me because they don't understand my experience.
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought it jumped out at me because I thought, I don't think we've ever seen therapists who were specific to
Yeah.
black people in general, but black men specifically.
And kudos to the writers
Yeah.
Absolutely,
for bringing that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
that would not have happened on another show,
No,
perhaps.
No.
absolutely not.
So
Right.
kudos to
This
the
this is us really opened the doors. You're
yeah.
right. I mean,
All kinds of things.
there were
Right.
some people who I was talking to who, in dealing with their family issues, were relating how they would deal with it based on Randall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
it was that realistic. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I missed
Yeah.
that show also. Yeah, I did.
I missed that show too, Alma. It was a fabulous show.
Right.
The writing
You
was
should check out A Million
amazing.
Little Things. It's pretty good too.
Yeah. See,
It's
Lori Grant has joined us here. Lori, we loving your voiceover work here
Yes,
tonight.
thank you,
Thank you, dear.
Lori.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you,
voice.
dear. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, it really is a serious issue for our community. I lost my son-in-law about a year and a half ago, and we my daughter begged him to go and you know get some help,
Right.
and you know he was leaning on the Lord and you know trying to try his thing, you know, and you know of course it shocked all of us, but you know it's a serious thing. It's a serious
Yes.
thing in our community.
Mental health
And
is.
we have to follow through and encourage each other and do like you know I know this woman means well, you know, trying to get her friend back on the good foot And so
Mhm.
all of us have to do that with each other. And,
Yes.
because my daughter spoke at church Sunday, and she was saying that, the way we were raised is we were taught to take care of everybody else
Right.
before we got to ourselves,
Right.
Mhm.
and we got to kind of reverse that a little bit and take care of self first, before we reach out to somebody else and try to help them, or do it simultaneously. But
You can't pour from an empty cup.
there you go, man. We got all these great sayings tonight. This is like T-shirt, like
We're gonna start on a T-shirt. Sean says your mental health is everything. We have to prioritize it and make the time like our lives depend on it, and it absolutely does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you all, this is so on topic. This Friday, I'm doing a Manage Your Health series, and it is on Black men and mental health. So on He Said Live this weekend, I have an author, Mark Tuggle. He has written a book, and he has 30 stories from 30 different Black men who are dealing with mental health issues. And these are smart professors, poets,
Right, of course.
scholars, and they're talking about their stories. So tune in on Friday, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
very good.
you.
So coming
Good
back,
Friday,
so-
Alma.
I know, right? So what's our consensus on this woman? She's her sister's doing
She
a good
should
thing,
get-
but she should get some professional help.
Yes.
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 And try to pull herself out of that.
If
that
she is
black hole.
indeed shying away from relationships,
Yeah.
she should get some professional. Especially it's 10 years now. It's time for her to get out and
Yeah.
Well,
And
one
we're
thing
love
I
and
want to
give
ask:
love.
has anybody asked her? How do you feel? Has anybody ever asked her?
Mm-hmm.
How
Right.
do you feel?
Right.
Good point. Good
That's
point.
very important. Yeah. Because remember, we were saying there's something that she has not resolved
Right.
Yeah.
in her
That's
life.
what you said earlier, right?
She hasn't. Something did not. It's not finished. The book,
Right.
the door hasn't completely shut for her.
Right.
There's some unresolved issues that she needs to address.
Yeah.
And no one can help her unless they know how she feels.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly. She got
Well, how you feel? She's gonna say fine.
Well, but you don't know that.
Yeah,
Maybe
you gotta ask. You gotta ask. Yeah.
You gotta ask.
Right.
Yeah.
She might be like sitting there going, nobody cares.
Wait, nobody
really.
cares about me, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly. Love, like Lillian says, all about love.
Yep.
Show that love. So, well, good discussion on that one. So,
I like
all
that.
right, Lori, let's do our next letter. Thank y'all. Very, very.
Dear Alma, I've got a family problem, and I'm just not sure what to do. My family has made it known from the beginning that they do not like my husband. They were rude to him when we were dating and when we became serious. When he proposed, my mom and sisters didn't hold back in telling me he wasn't the one for me. Honestly, it's just because he's kind to me. He openly loves and cares for me. When I was growing up, I felt manipulated and judged every day of my life. My family is the worst, and I feel like I'm lucky to find a man who loves me for me and doesn't judge me or my life choices. He is supportive in every way, even when it comes to putting up with my family. To say that this is a toxic situation is an understatement. Here's my situation. My husband and I just bought a new house, and my sister has asked me to host my father's 80th birthday party. I'm sure my mom and other sisters put her up to it. I'm thinking, really? How are we going to get together in the house of the man that you all disrespect on a regular basis? What are your thoughts, Alma? I could use all the help I can from your panel. Am I responsible for hosting my father's 80th birthday party?
Boy, this sounds like some Cinderella mess right here.
No.
This is like the nerve.
No. Rent a room. Rent a room.
Go find a conference center or ballroom to host that party.
Holiday Inn, huh?
But not in my house. If you go,
You're not gonna disrespect my husband in his house. That's not happening.
That who's probably this is no point or at a woman, but he's probably paying for the house. He gotta.
We don't know that, Al.
No, I said, but I said he probably is. She said he's good to her. I mean, who's to say that he didn't buy her that house?
And that's all that matters.
And that's all that
Right.
matters.
Good job.
But I'm just no, I wouldn't do it.
I think just the nerve. I treat you like crap for years, and now I want you to do something for me.
For me?
No, stop, please, no.
Yeah.
And again, it's none of their business.
Right.
That's what all these stories have in common. Ain't your business. Yeah.
Well, it seems like there was like a nope, hell no going on over here.
I know.
Even the producer typed, no, ma'am.
Carol says entitlement,
Right.
Yeah. That's an easy answer.
I would have told my sister, I was like, go ask my husband. If he says then we can have a party. No, that's ridiculous.
But it sounds like they've been picking on her for years, though.
Yes.
Yeah. She doesn't have a good relationship with her family.
And she says it's toxic, but they continue to try to have a relationship with them. Like, once she got this husband who treats her the way she wants to be treated, she needs to move on from those other people. I appreciate that you share blood, but everybody that you are related to isn't meant to be in your life. And I know some people who say, some people will say, oh no, they're your sister, you gotta love them. You can love them from a distance.
You can love them from a distance, and you don't want anybody
right
to
here,
steal your peace.
No, not in her brand new house. No, because they're gonna come in there and do stupid stuff, probably clog up her toilet or something crazy.
No, but you're right. That's real talk. Because they sound like very bitter people. They sound, according to her, that they don't have her best interest at heart. And so
where were they gonna have the party before they bought their house?
Right.
That's where they need to have the party. They go down to the Motel 6 and get their ballroom.
So you're trying to say they ghetto? You're trying to say they ghetto?
No, I'm trying to say
Motel 6 even still going?
Why gotta be Motel 6? Why gotta be Motel 6, G?
Well, okay, that was the first hotel that came in mind. So like the Hilton, we know it's not the Ritz-Carlton because they're trying to get their house for free. I will pitch in a couple of dollars. We can get Daddy, a party at a nice little ballroom, but it's not happening in my house. No.
Yeah, I would say that is an absolute no for me. I don't think that she shouldn't entertain that idea.
Here's the real problem is if it's Daddy's 80th birthday, even if they have it someplace else, the expectation is she shows up. Should she be expected to bring her husband who they treat so badly? So then that puts her in this ugly position where,
it's tough.
Right,
it's not about them, D. It's not about
You're right. It's not about him. And the husband probably would show up and be a decent human being out of respect for her father, while the rest of them chicken heads are running around wreaking havoc on their relationship. No.
Well, it sounds like
did you see what Carol just said in the note?
Yeah, don't bring that negative energy.
Don't bring it.
Because you don't want anybody to take your peace. Don't let anyone steal your peace.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You don't want that in your house.
You can steal it on the street, but not in my living room. That's not happening.
Well, I'm all about opportunities, and here's an opportunity for her to sit her family down and say, "Let me talk to you all about something." Basically,
before the party.
No, you're not going to have it at my house, and here is why.
Yeah.
And sometimes opportunities have to, we tend to miss opportunities because we're scared of confrontation. We don't want to make somebody mad. They're going to talk about me tomorrow. Screw that. Your own peace of mind, you need to tell people how you feel.
Yep, absolutely.
And I don't want her to miss. My advice to her, don't miss this opportunity to tell your family, you did me wrong. You're not going to have a party at my house, and here's why.
Well, the producer said they wouldn't even know where I lived. There's your piece. It's like we don't have to have a conversation.
See,
I know, but don't you want to know? I'm really curious about the backstory here.
Oh yeah,
why have they for so many years picked on this woman and disrespected her and
she's a decent enough human being to meet a man who married her, got her a beautiful house, treats her like a queen. So something in her heart is right. And it doesn't sound like these other people have those same qualities.
Yeah.
So of course they would be jealous of her
Yeah.
and treat her badly.
I mean, there is some envy there, obviously, but
Yeah.
again,
But
we
even
don't
before
have the
that,
backstory. We don't have the backstory on him.
yeah. Right.
You know,
Right.
unfortunately.
Because I was waiting. I was waiting
I
for
was
them to
waiting
say,
too, Alma.
I was waiting for them to say, and it's because my husband is a white man. Yeah, I thought she was gonna say. I thought it was gonna be like. I thought it was gonna be something like
He
that.
was engaged to my sister,
Okay.
something really crazy, right?
Something crazy, but I don't know the story there.
Or he
I
could
don't-
be a
yeah.
Jerome. Wrong.
What is a Jerome? Help me, Charlene. What is that? Help me, because I'm just like, come on now, help me, educate a brother. I'm like, what is it? Because I don't want to meet one, and if I
Jerome
do,
I know, right,
Martin,
right.
for Martin.
Jerome
Oh, baby.
oh my God, that like, whoop. Okay, all right, oh my God, you took me way back. I was like, I'm thinking of Erica Badu's song and stuff. I'm like, what is she?
That's Tyrone. That's Tyrone.
That's Tyrone
with his duffel bag. Candy said, "Hater, she's a good woman and she is happy, and they are not." Sharon says, "Sounds like I'll be taking my dad out with my husband and celebrating like that.
Yeah.
They're on their own."
Yeah.
And Tracy chimed, "Oh hell no, not Jerome."
But you know, I get the feeling.
I had to go there, Tracy. I had to go there.
Right? But you know, I get
Jerome
the
in the
feeling.
house.
I
just said Jerome in the house.
Oh yeah. I get the feeling that the dad might not be part of this. Do y'all get that feeling too?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, it feels like that all of the women have this collective mistreatment of the husband, but the father, or the mother and the father together, like there's a lot of questions.
Yeah, I don't. I have no comment on how the dad might feel.
But if I treated you bad, I would not ask to use your house for a party.
No. But you know, people got nerve. They got
people
nerve.
That's what I said from the beginning. You know, that's
people got nerve.
But they didn't ask him; they asked her.
That's what they're saying. It's for daddy. She gonna do it. She gonna do it.
Right. Exactly. That's what they're playing on.
Right. And she might even be a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
You know, she might even be daddy's favorite. You know what I'm saying? And so
you're right,
it felt like, this is an opportunity for them to like take advantage of that. She's the one that
looks like him. She's the baby. There's all kinds of, family stuff that happens in this dynamic.
Yeah.
The party's not happening in my house.
Remember the letter we did where the woman was treating the child bad because it looked like her ex-boyfriend? Remember that?
Oh no, I didn't do that.
Oh my God.
That was terrible. Crazy. That was terrible.
What?
That happens. That happens on the regular. Just like your daddy.
Yeah, she was treating him terribly because he looked like a boyfriend,
Oh, okay.
Ex-boyfriend.
Carol says they're just users and cheap. If she hosted, then she will be putting out most of the funds.
Well, that's probably true.
Possibly.
Because, and this happens quite a bit. They would look at her and say, well, you got a husband, so you got money. Right. You got a husband, you got extra cash laying around, like assuming that she's supposed to pick up the tab because there's two checks in her house. And
I hope she's not a gullible person. I hope she's not the kind of person that gives into, that kind of what do you call it, when people press you like that in that way, like, you got to do this, and she kind of listens to it and started internalizing, oh, I'm a bad person, so I should do this if I don't do this. I hope she's not that kind of person. But I wouldn't do it, but I would read my family.
I know, right?
I sure would.
You haven't read them already? Are you gonna wait till this party to read them after they've been treating your mate badly for the last couple of years now?
Well, like I said, this is an opportunity, and she needs to seize that moment
I think for you that moment would have been happened.
Yeah.
For me?
Point. Yeah.
Oh, for me? Oh, girl, yeah.
Yeah, long ago.
Yeah, long time ago. The first time somebody said, I don't.
You know what?
Do you really want to finish that sentence?
Right.
I don't. And you in my house? No, we're not even gonna go there. We ain't gonna
well, Lillian says she thinks she'll cave in and have the party for daddy. Now, is that such a bad thing if she does it for her dad?
I think so. I mean, again, you're just it's kind of hypocritical.
Yes.
You bring in all your negative energy into my house. You're just using me, basically. Why subject?
And there are other options. It's not like
Yeah.
their house is the
Yeah,
only
what's wrong with
building
their
where they
house?
could have this birthday party. They all have homes, we presume.
Right. Well, I guess.
And granddad, the father has
I'm
to have a
sorry,
home, we presume, for guests, right?
I
But if
guess.
they have an apartment, they can be out in the hallway. I mean,
they could be
somebody
poor.
they still have
They can
be
live
at
in
the
a snack
Motel
bowl,
6.
you know.
It was really the only hotel that would pop in my head at the
Y'all
moment. But they
killing
can
me.
they
Have it
can
in the
go to
backyard.
the
I don't care.
Fontaine Blue.
With
They
some
can go over there and
some
have
chairs.
You better shut up.
right.
D.
Get in the
It's
go in
still
the
there.
backyard.
Hey.
Just there's
Yeah.
always ways.
But
Go
look.
to the park. You can rent benches and a little gazebo and have a big old party out there for like $25.
Or
Well, let
have
me
it in
tell
the
you
park
something.
with a
In the
gazebo.
park, right?
In
With
the
a
park with
gazebo.
a gazebo. But it
Hey,
could
but,
rain.
I know, but look at it. I'm gonna tell you something. We act up when we go to somebody else's house. I got a cousin down in Arkansas, and every year he would have this huge party. It was more of a gathering, a picnic, I guess, than a party. And he would cater, 200 pounds of catfish and spaghetti and ribs and all this kind of stuff. And this is in the course of a day, right? There would be no food left at the house not because people were eating so much on the premises.
They were taking
It's all them to-go plates they were making. It's like, you trying to eat for 3 days? Come on now.
Right.
Why y'all do that?
But
what happens is if you become known as the person who has huge parties and provides all that food, then that's an expectation that you're gonna like. Well, you ain't gonna throw it away. You're not gonna store it in your refrigerator. I should take some home with me. There are people who show up with Ziploc bags and all kinds of Tupperware containers and all that kind of stuff. Which I think personally is tacky. Is extremely tacky. If you say to me, "Here, take this cake," because I can't have it in the house, it's one thing. Then I bring my entire set of Tupperware to pack up what you gave me for free as a guest.
Kids say people bring their own foil in Tupperware. That's true. Look, they
I love Cheers message.
We know a woman that used to line her purse, so when she went to these banquets and stuff, she could throw stuff in the bag.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I challenge any of you to name a time where I came to your house to eat and I took food when I left. You invited me to have a meal. I had the meal.
Yeah.
I have to be honest with y'all, and this is not. I just don't deal. I just don't have that experience. I haven't had that experience. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't have that experience.
You mean you've never had anybody house to bring Tupperware with them?
Or great friends?
Oh no, no. I don't know how great they are. I'm just gonna say that they know that foolery doesn't happen over at Alvin King's house.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That was the point I was making, Alvin, is that this gentleman, cooks more food than he could possibly feed all the people that are there. There's sort of an expectation. Well, he's gonna throw that food out. What is he gonna do when he can't fit in all of the refrigerators? So we'll just take some home with us. And he may have said to one person, "Why don't you take some of this fish with you?"
Yeah.
And then, then it
opens the door for everybody else.
Everybody was like, "Ruh-roh."
Then it became a food bank. People didn't come to eat; they came to take food home.
True story.
Okay.
A couple of y'all know, she'll remain nameless. This is true story. Brought a 6-pack of Cokes to my house. We were having a cookout. And at the end of the evening, people were drinking other stuff. And so there were like 4 Cokes left on the range. And the wife asked, could they take it back home? I mean, what am I going to say? No, we're going to be needing them Cokes, But of course I was like, yeah, no problem, But it was like the audacity of people. All you brought was a 6-pack.
In all fairness, if it's something that you're not going to drink, if it's just going to sit in your house, whatever it is, then I would say, yeah, go ahead. Right. I would say, go ahead, take that home with you. But if it's something that is like you're going to entertain again,
right?
I remember when I moved to Jersey to be the features editor, they threw a party for me, and somebody bought. Remember Zima?
Yeah.
The Zima drinks, they're awful.
Yeah.
So somebody brought Zima to the party, and 2 years later, when I left, that same editor threw a going away party, and that Zima was still in her refrigerator because it's terrible. Like it's the worst thing you could drink, but nobody took it. You bring things to people's houses and you leave them there, but you don't know why. Maybe that person bought this 6 coats from their house and couldn't really afford to bring it and needs to take it. I don't.
We got to have a whole show about that one.
Yeah, but that is like such a small, minor thing in like this big scope of things, or whether you took your soda back home with you.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't even think anything of it. Take it.
Yeah. So anyway, wrapping this up.
But Sharon said we used to tell people they had no foil and no go to. Now they buy the to-go containers. You can buy a whole case of them at BJ's.
I am with you. Absolutely. So. Well, this has been a great conversation. Y'all have been great tonight. So
thank you. Thank you for hosting. You've been a great host.
No party. Daddy can go someplace else. We ain't mad at Daddy, but we're not gonna do it at my crib. And we're gonna sit down and have a conversation about why y'all been treating me so bad.
Yes.
Before the party.
Basically.
Right?
Basically.
All right, very good. Very good. Basically. Well, thank y'all. Y'all are wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely funny and insightful. And good
party at least.
Anytime.
That's how I met my husband.
I know.
Didn't know.
Wait a minute. What did you say, Charlotte?
Yeah, I said that's when I met my future husband that I didn't know was going to be my future husband.
At least.
Right.
You met Ken at least. Okay.
That's right.
Get out of here. Well, good.
That ought to be worth some money to me too,
Good things do happen at parties. Okay.
Yes, they do.
All right. Thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks
everybody.
Thank you.
Been a
great to see you guys.
Great seeing you too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.